Yes, you came, your ancestors came here and in the West Indies, on a small part of South America, on the plantation. Now, when your ancestors came here, they came with the intention to be slaves because the Africans where they came from, their ancestors, they send them to work as slaves. So you got to understand that the European, especially in North America, the European was already here, but the Red Indians were the first settlers. They was already here before the Europeans or the slave. The master came here to bring the slaves here. So when your ancestors came here, they were already with the mentality that they were going to be slaves because Africa sold them into slavery. Well, okay, they died and it is abolished. So you are still allowed now to vote and to do other things, but there is somewhat distinguished within the people because they're not perfect. They're not perfect. And this this distinguishing and this fighting and bringing up about how much 100 years ago is unhealthy. You should move on. And you cannot tell the people they already came here to build this country and they use us to build this country. So you can't tell them they're using the taxpaying money and the taxpaying money, even people visiting, they're coming, they're living, they're born here like you, black, and they're born here. They are allowed, they are allowed certain privilege. Those are the arrangement in immigration and human kindness. So you can't go up there and say that you don't want it to use to that. That is how all other countries run. When people visiting there and coming there and living, they are human beings. They have to treat them with some respect and dignity, even though whatever slaves ancestors were there before them. So that's how it goes. It doesn't go so that your ancestors were whipped in that particular country or North America, so everything belongs to you. The Red Indians was here before. They was here before the black settlers came on the plantation. They was here and they're not fighting like that. They're not fighting like that and they're not to the forefront. So there's it. So you can't tell them where to put the money. Yes, they got freedom of speech in politics in America, the blacks and everybody who have the legal right to do it. But you can't go about, saying those kinds of things and just harping on the past about your ancestors and how they were whipped. This is really sickening, to see people still harping on that and so angry. I saw it last night, the young lady yelling and screaming about black men not marrying. Black men are the young generation, they're not marrying. Why they're not marrying earlier like the older folks? Some of the older folks also used to live home. The young people living home and they're calling it a trial relationship to see if they could agree with each other, but welfare is not making them not married. The men them were most of the women them. If you're welfare and you're married, you're not married, it's because the man himself is in a struggle. So most people say, why do bad with someone when you could do bad by yourself? So there's it. It's not welfare, not making them marry. They're already in difficulty. So the man studying not to marry because he cannot provide for them, or he may be married to somebody else and he living in two lives. And this why, but it's not the white don't make the blacks marry. It's because the blacks are more minority or poor. Some of the blacks are educated, don't get me wrong, with degree and this and that. But the poor ones, when you're on welfare, sometimes the man don't want to marry. He has to only come from your poor background. And he can't marry because he just don't have money to provide for them. So if anyway they're going to bounce back on the system. If you marry them, you're going to bounce back on the system. If you marry them, you're going to bounce back on the system. So maybe the social workers, them, some of the social workers, them, it's not only white, they are blacks. They're Chinese, they're different. Maybe they advise them, say, okay, well, just don't marry. Yeah, because it's still going to pose a problem. So what are you up there talking? That's nonsense. Say my name, say my name. It's a crazy mix-up world. It's a doggy world. Men are full of strife. People just get mad. Married folks are packing up. Woman's by my side. She's got to check on Mr. Hyde's problems. Keep coming day and night. Don't like, subscribe, comment, or dislike. Thank you.